You restart? I said.
Yeah, I guess I'm ready. Oh, let's put this on dark mode. I'm not holding it, bro.
Okay.
Let me put this on dark mode. I don't know. Why can't you hear me?
Because I was soloed.
Okay. Because you're dumb.
Hey guys, welcome to the Simplecast, episode 12.
Yeah.
I think it's 12. I always lose track.
No, it is 12.
Okay, dope.
Because the last one was Jayden.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
11.
That's what
Jayden,
number
King
for.
of Hell.
Yeah, that's right. I'm still the king of hell.
Yeah. Even one whole podcast later.
Mm-hmm.
Today's background is brought to you by, we didn't choose a background, so it's just the TV screensaver.
It's the Roku TV screensaver, which
Hey,
is
look
just
at
like a
that.
side-scrolling.
Seaside Hotel, PBS SoCal. We can watch that right now.
Wow. Okay, we just watch it.
Frick the podcast. Let's just watch Seaside Hotel.
Speaking of me being the king of hell,
Yeah.
I watched Hereditary yesterday.
How many times have you seen that movie now?
That's my 6th time seeing Hereditary.
Really?
Yeah.
How many times did you see it in theaters?
5.
Yeah, I think really?
I think you and I saw it maybe 2 or 3 times together.
Yes.
So I think because we went the first time I saw it was with you, and then we
It
brought
was
our
just
friends.
you and me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we brought our friends.
And it was such a lame experience because there was like someone in the theater who was really loud and like the lights.
It was a bunch of fucking middle schoolers.
Yeah, and the lights weren't turning off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember that.
I remember that too.
Dude, fuck middle schoolers in theaters.
Yeah.
They're always such dicks.
There was a kid who threw like Skittles at me once, and
Yeah.
I remember standing up and just looking at him, and then it stopped.
Yeah. I think it was when we were watching Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I remember.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember I just like stood up and just looked back, and I was like, "Listen, I might be 18 and you might be 16, but I'm going to drag you by the hair and kill you in the bathroom if you throw another fucking Skittle at me."
Come here! It's super loud. It's like Scorpion.
I shoot a spear out of my hand and stabs into him. Goes, "Ah!" And then I pull him towards me.
No more Skittle, please.
Huh?
No more Skittle.
I go,
That's what you say.
just eat them. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your parents' money.
And he's sitting like, instead of
like,
spear in his gullet.
Now go back to your seat. And I drop him on the floor, and he goes, and I'm like, I love Shazam.
But yeah, Hereditary is definitely one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh,
I
dude.
think I like it much better than I love Midsommar, but I like it way more than Midsommar.
It's definitely easier to get through than Midsommar. Midsommar, whatever. I just say Midsommar. You know exactly what I mean. Yeah. The other Ari Aster movie. I love both of them. They're vastly different.
Yeah.
Midsommar is like such a slow burn. Hereditary is also a slow burn, but it's like
relentless at the end.
But there's such like the dread is like so thick.
Yeah.
You can just feel it throughout.
Yeah.
And Toni Collette is a freaking beast of an actress.
She is. She really is.
When she's like crying and screaming, you're like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, I can feel. I'm like, that's how I would cry if what happened in that movie happened.
Yeah. She's like, I just want to die.
I just want to die. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Some really good acting in that movie.
And then the panning goes over and it shows Peter. And so like all the words are like hitting, you're like, oh, everything she's saying is like hitting him directly. It adds more context to it. You're just like, frick.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
But that movie made me do a bunch of research on like hell folklore.
Really?
Because I feel like, I mean, not like an extensive amount.
You're like, if I'm going to be the king of hell, I got to know about
I gotta know the fucking history. Because like, I feel like we know a lot about like Christian folklore or like God stuff and all that, but like
Jayden, don't you just mean lore?
Christian mythology. But I feel like we've never, I mean, because why would they just like teach us about like all the stuff about hell that isn't just like fire and brimstone?
There's like, all you need to know is you don't want to go there. It's like, fair enough.
I was like, no, dude, I want to know the intricacies of this place that definitely does not exist.
I want to know the demographics down there. That's not what I meant. I meant to say like the hierarchy.
I want to know the demographics.
I want to know the demographics.
95% white and Caucasian.
Oh my God, I haven't thought about this in a long time. There's Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
He used to
be the king of hell.
Yeah. Actually, he did he used to do like these monologue things. Well, sometimes they were monologues. Sometimes they were just like kind of like like not Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham.
Mr. Burnham.
Yeah, okay. I said Bo Burnham, but I was picturing Bill Burr. That happens to me all the fucking time.
But alliteration.
Yeah. And He did kind of like Bo Burnham stuff, except it wasn't like music that he made, and it wasn't like as music oriented. But there was one where he's like playing on invisible instruments, and he's like dicking around with them, and he's like, oh, it's so funny. But he has one where he does a monologue as the devil.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
I probably showed it to you because I did that monologue in drama. So funny.
And he's like, who's right? It's the Mormons. The Mormons. The one that wants to heaven.
No, he's like, and finally, like, he's just like, the whole thing is he's calling in like different people that just showed up in hell.
Yeah.
And he's like, and finally, Christians, are you here? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. It appears the Jews were right. Oh, that whole monologue rocks. I love the way when he's like, atheists, are you here? And then he's like, oh, yes, right this way. You must be feeling a right bunch of nitwits right now. It's so funny. It's true. If you like just didn't believe in that, and then you ended up in hell, you're like, oh, really?
I'm like, damn
it. It's
rats.
Like, I didn't like all those people. It turns out they were right. Can you turn down my headphones just a little bit?
Turn
down, please. Yes.
Is that good?
Oh, that's lovely.
Okay.
That's a much more tolerable level of decibelage.
Turn up.
You just see sparks coming out of my ears, and I go, yeah, that's good.
I love when cars with really big subwoofers drive by. It's like rattling the fucking windows in the house. I'm like,
you're not listening. You're not having a good time.
Yeah, you're listening to music for not for you.
No, it can't be. It cannot be for you at that point. Let's just. Everyone needs to know I paid $900 for these subwoofers. Everyone needs to know that I can.
What's all this? I just hooked this Kia Sorento up.
You owe me $1,800.
That's what all this is.
You squeak like a little mouse right there.
I can't do that high again. That was an accident.
There was a time where I was in elementary school, and it was like the summer program, because it's like, hey, your parents don't want to leave you at home and they're not going to get a babysitter, so leave them at TLC, which is what I did for a little bit. And there was this dude Sterling who was a leader who worked there, and I remember he was like, hey, Mattias, come here, check this out.
This dick. Check that out.
No, he was super cool. Don't you dare.
Sorry, Sterling.
Sorry, Sterling. He was a large black man. He was super cool and super funny.
Nice.
And
with a magnificent name.
Yeah.
Sterling.
Silver. And he was like, check it out. I caught a mouse. And under like this
possum.
just looks really small in his large hand.
Yeah.
That's when I first learned about like glue traps, because he was glued to the floor and he was just like glued on this trap, and I was like, oh, nuts. And I was like, oh, dude, I haven't seen a mouse before.
Oh, nuts.
And he was under this like cabinet that had wheels on it, and he was trying to move it. That's why I brought this story up, because he was trying to move it, but like the wheel went over the mouse's tail, so it squeaked. Just like, he was like, ah! And he was like, oh shit. I don't think he actually cursed, but we were just like, wait.
Mattias, look at this mouse that almost
look at this mouse.
I maimed him for life.
Slowly squishes it with his large work boot.
You try to look away. He like turns your head, look at it, and like, fucking
look at it.
Keep looking at it.
Look at it, little man.
Speaking of animals,
I licked my mic.
I gotta take my dumbass cat to the vet tonight.
Why?
Because she ate some ribbon that was on a balloon, like a birthday balloon, because it was my roommate's birthday.
Idiot.
And now she can't poop.
Ugh. You ever had that before? Like some mad blockage where you just can't poo?
I don't think so.
I haven't either, and thank God.
Yeah.
I feel that'd be like, it's like a nightmare.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, like, thankfully my cat isn't like acting any different. She's acting like this. She's not like noticeably in pain or like just like laying around just like, fuck, okay, I gotta shit, but I can't.
How long is it before you're like, my cat hasn't pooped and now I'm concerned?
Well, Jen mentioned it like, I think 2 days ago. She's like, Winona hasn't pooped in a while. And I guess when my cat would like jump into the litter box and like be there for like 5 minutes and then just not do anything and just leave.
She's like,
she's like, I have to poop, but I can't. So
that sucks.
I know. So we're taking her to the vet tonight. We went this morning. We woke up to go to the vet that's closest to us to see if we can do a walk-in. And they're like, we're booked until 1:30. So a call back. I'm like, okay. We called and they're like, we had an opening, but now we have to do emergency surgery on an animal. So they're like, honestly, you should probably just go somewhere else. Just for like, okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
So we're going more like the 24/7 vets.
Okay.
To just be like, hopefully it's not like a fucking arm and a leg. Take a look at my cat.
Yeah.
I don't really know how vets work. But
I don't either.
Yeah.
I hopefully not. But I hope your little kitten's okay. And if not, you can just massage her until she poops. And she goes, oh.
I'm just gonna put you down. Yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, this sucks. I just made a twisting motion with my hands with implementing that Jayden broke the cat's
Implementing, not implying. Implementing.
What's the difference?
Implementing is like I'm implementing my penis in your butt. I'm putting it in.
Just that with your compressed low voice.
My penis in your butt.
Implementing my penis in your butt.
By penis, bin, boo, bur, butt. Those are all bee emojis.
Yeah.
The red bee.
The red bee.
Sounds like a villain. Not like a hero.
Your big bright red booty.
Big bright red booty.
He's a baboon that flies around town with his extra red butt. That's it.
I went to I already told the story of when I went to the zoo. But when I went to the zoo, I saw a bunch of baboons, and they do in fact have big bright red booties.
Yeah, their butts are weird, and they always like pick stuff. They're always touching it, and you're just like, dude, you don't wash your hands. Stop.
I want to know why evolution. I'm sure it's because like it's like a to attract mates thing, but like why it's so big and so red.
They just got those wagons, dude.
Them cheeks.
They're like bubbly too. They're like these big bubble butts.
Yeah. It's like two very defined, prominent butt cheeks.
Maybe the farther your butt cheeks stick out, the less you have to wipe, so the less infections you get down there. So evolutionarily, those butt cheeks were beneficial.
That's a natural selection.
Yeah. They're like, dude, I'm not gonna have sex with you. Your dad died of ass cancer, so I'm not. So chances are, this is what the baboon is.
Yeah.
The baboon ass is saying to the baboon.
Babooness.
Oh, I told you that I had a nightmare kind of dream, but it was with you. It wasn't a nightmare. It was initially kind of scary.
Okay.
But it was like I was watching a movie, but it was like an IRL movie, and Dylan and Cole Sprouse were in it. They were they got chained, like it was like this zombie movie, and like it was weird because in my head I kind of knew how it was supposed to go, and I knew like. And it's weird. It was like a live play kind. It was like a Not Scary Farm thing, but it was a movie, and I had control of it. Like I had a literal remote, so I could like pause it or whatever. But nothing. I never paused it. I just turned it off at one point, but it didn't turn it off. It just made the zombies go blurry. So I was like, they couldn't hurt me.
Interesting. Okay.
It doesn't make sense, but because it was a dream. But like, things started happening like differently than I thought they were going to. I was like the main girl got like infected by the zombie. I think it was Dylan Sprouse bit her ankle, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, this isn't how I thought the movie went. And then so I started running, and then zombies started sprinting at me. I was like, fuck, and I was running and whatever, and then I turned it off, and all the zombies went like camouflagey, which I guess in my head meant they couldn't hurt me, and I was like, okay. But cut to a little later, you and me were standing in line, and you were for some reason with your ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
The whatever, it doesn't matter which one.
Say her name, fuck her. I want to put on black. I'm just kidding.
She needs to know. And it was really funny because I think you were doing like some TikTok trend that doesn't exist.
I was in the Fortnite dance.
No,
not a Fortnite, the Fortnite dance.
I don't know. I think you made it look like you were gonna do some TikTok thing, but I don't know which one it would have been. I think it's a fake one that my mind was like, probably. Oh, he's doing some TikTok thing. And it made me laugh really fucking hard because she like put her foot up like on your hands like you were gonna like pretend to flip her, but then you just fucking shucked her. You like threw her as hard as you could, like super uncool, and she went up and she hit her ribs like on the floor really fucking hard, and got up and tried to laugh it off, but clearly had the face of like, that was really uncool. What the fuck was that? And I woke up laughing because I woke up and I was like, and Blake was probably looking at me like, what the fuck is going on? I literally just woke up laughing.
For everyone listening, Blake is the boy that Mattias sleeps with every night.
Okay. Yeah, it's my step brother.
That's what I said. Damn.
But yeah, that was my dream. Is you were trying to be funny and you threw her, and you did not say sorry. You were like, "That's what I meant to do."
That's what I say. That's what I fucking meant to do.
She flies like 6 feet in the air, lands on her ribs, gets up with like bruises on her head. You just look. That's what I wanted.
I got what I wanted.
That went exactly according to plan.
I wish I were like that in real life. I don't, because I don't want to have any friends. I wouldn't have any friends, but
yeah, they'd be like, yeah, I would hang out with Jayden, but he just like randomly just uses all of his strength to push me over every now and then.
I muster all my strength.
Have you ever had like what? Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever had some good dreams? You had some interesting dreams lately?
You know, I really just forget all of my dreams the moment that I wake up. And I used to keep like a dream log, but
it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Because like the second you get up, you're like, I have to just remember all that and write it down.
But also like I take melatonin before I sleep most nights now, just because like I have such an erratic sleeping schedule where I'm like, fuck, it's like 11 and I gotta be up at like 6 a.m. tomorrow. Like I gotta go to bed right now.
But you went to bed at like 4 a.m. the night before.
Yeah. So, and when I take melatonin, it's just like the blink of an eye. I fall asleep and I'm up.
Really?
Like, I don't have any dreams.
I liked taking melatonin, except for that, like, I feel like I would like sleep like half as long and wake up like rested.
Interesting.
Which was like, sounds like it would be convenient, except everyone in my house is asleep, so it's like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
If I wake up at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, I can't start my day right now. It's like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like I could go out and go somewhere, and then I'm like, no, but then in 3 hours I'm gonna be really fucking tired.
Yeah. Definitely. I've definitely had it before where like when I lived in like Forest, where I'll get up, I'll like be up from melatonin at like 5 and not be able to go back to bed. And be like, well, I guess I'll just, I don't know, go to the gym. I'll go to the gym really early. But yeah, like you said, it sucks because like I'll be really awake until like 9, and I'm like, fuck, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go back to bed.
Recently I found this good, I think I told you about it. I found this good spot that I was like, oh, this would be like, there's like this lookout over on this park, and I was like, oh, this would be perfect for a sunset, but the sun doesn't set on this side, it sits on the complete opposite side. And I was like, wait, then that means this is a good sunrise spot, because, you know, the way the sun works.
Is this real life or is this a dream?
No, IRL.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, so I don't know. So I guess I didn't tell you. But yeah, so I found essentially this really good sunrise spot, and I was like, I guess I just have to get up early and come here. And I did that, and it was really nice. And I was like, wow, this is nice. There's like just people jogging, some people doing sports stuff. And
there's a crime syndicate in a van. It's just
that's just really fucking tired.
Just, wow, so this is what goes on.
I'm like, wow.
Get the fucking van.
Oh, you gotta love the wildlife. But yeah, and then I was like chilling for a while, but then come like 1 or 12 p.m. I'm just like, it's time for a nap. And I love those midday naps.
Yeah, I do too.
Those feel good.
They do.
Because if I wake up at like 11 or 12, then I'm not going to take a nap, because it's like, what? Why would I take a nap? Because my nap would be at like 7 p.m. Yeah. And it's like, I should be trying to be tired right now. I'm not taking a nap right now. I had a fucking weird dream last night. Speaking of dreams.
What was it?
It was Coyote Peterson was doing a video.
Dude, I haven't thought about Coyote Peterson so fucking long.
I watched like one. I actually don't remember if I had the dream and then I watched a video of him. No, I think I watched the video of him, then I had the dream.
That makes sense.
That would make sense. Yeah. But I was like, wait, what? Never mind. But I had a dream of him, and like he, for those who don't know, Coyote Peterson, he's like a Steve Irwin kind of type dude.
For the YouTubes.
But he's especially famous for being bit and stung by very painful insects and such, and getting the bullet ant. And what the fuck happened? Oh yeah, he was doing like some like science experiment, and it was on this weird monkey looking thing. It was like the best I can describe it is like an anteater monkey hybrid. Okay. It was like an anteater body, and it had like a really long neck, and then a head of a monkey, but it was the same like width of it looked like a tail with a face on it.
That sounds like a demon that you'd see in hell.
Yeah, it was kind of cute, but it was really weird. And he was doing something where he's like, he puts a balloon like over its head
and watches it fucking suffocate.
And it like filled up with like a gas or something, like a flammable gas, and then it burned. And it's Coyote Peterson, so he's got that really upbeat voice, and he's like, now it should catch on fire and should blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, doesn't that mean he's just gonna light the fucking face of this weird monkey creature on fire? That's exactly what happens.
Oh my God.
And it runs around and screams. And I think it was like, I feel like it was supposed to kill it really fast, and it did not die. Like, that thing burned for a long time until the gas ran out, and it's running around squealing, and then they take off the balloon, and it's still in immense pain and running around screaming. I'm like, this sucks! I'm like, Coyote Peterson, what the fuck did you just do to this thing? That was a terrible dream. I woke up and I was like, God, I'm glad Coyote Peterson didn't fucking just torture a wild animal.
And his latest video, and he totally does it.
Called I found this new species, and I'm gonna put an end to this new species
immediately
in a very painful way. The immediately is in caps. Yeah.
Dude, I used to love Coyote. I mean, I guess I still do, but I used to watch him all the fucking time.
Dude, his videos are good.
Yeah, they are.
Like, even his non-being stung / bit ones.
His like educational videos that are not nearly as popular.
Oh yeah, they still get sometimes close to a million views.
Yeah, but it's like his bullet ant videos
I was gonna say
ton.
Probably 27 million. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
That.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah, Jamie, we'll pull it up.
That or like the Tarantula Hawk video probably has like the most views.
That I saw one of those things. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, you did. Joshua Tree.
Yeah, I was in Joshua Tree, and I was struggling because I was a big fat boy. I mean, I still am, but I was more out of shape then, and I was trying to boulder, and I was like, this is very hard. This is not working out. And then over me, I was like, what the fuck is that? Is that that is the loudest humming? 52 million views.
Oh my God. That's insane.
Yeah, the bullet ant is 52 million.
What's the Tarantula Hawk? Is that his most popular video?
Which one?
The bullet ant?
No, the cow killer has more, actually.
Interesting.
The little velvet ant, which cannot kill cows. That has 63 million.
Wow.
Where's the Tarantula Hawk?
Tarantula.
What the hell was I just saying? Oh yeah, and I was like, what's this hummingbird flying over me? Looks fucking weird. And I was like, oh no, I recognize that because it was like a metallic blue body. The Tarantula Hawk is 57 million. I guess because the cow killers was the first one, everyone was like, whoom, and swarmed it and watched it.
I think that was the one that turned me on to Coyote Peterson.
That was the one that you went, oh fuck, I want to fuck that dude.
Yeah, because he's it's like, this is the beginning of a fuck ton of stings before I get to the bullet ant. I was like, oh fuck, I gotta follow this guy.
Oh fuck, go full. Yeah, that's usually how series works. The first episode gets the most views. Yeah.
Mattias, have you gotten your stimmy yet?
No, did you?
Your stimbo? No, I don't got my stimbo.
No, I was really excited to hear that. I was like, oh, thank fucking Christ.
Fucking Christ.
Thank fucking Christ.
I was just starting to get my finances on track, so now they have a job again. And I was like, fuck yeah, I can grow my savings account. And then I'm getting my tax return. I'm like, fuck yeah. And then Biden's like, here's more.
Oh my God. What? Oh no.
Did you fart and it smelled really bad?
Oh, that burned my nose.
What? Did you fart?
Yeah, I did. Jeez, oh, pizzo, man.
Played yourself.
Let me know if that gets to you. That was not cool.
I don't smell it so far.
Okay. Sorry.
I don't think I want to.
that punched me in the face. That was an assault on the senses to my nostril. I'm sorry. Go on. Joe Biden, what?
Joe Biden was like, here's some more money. You fucking lib.
You fucking whiners. That's. Have you seen Bruce Almighty?
No.
Do you know the premise of that?
No.
Okay, well, it's Jim Carrey. That's when Morgan Freeman plays God.
Doesn't he also play God in the Lego Movie?
I forgot that character's name, but it's God. It's not God. It's like Morpheus or something. I don't know.
Go on.
But he's in. Dude, my nose is still recovering from that. It was like a little too. And it just reeked.
Sorry, everyone. I'm sipping Coke.
Jayden sipping on liquid cocaine. It's just melted down. It's very hot. It burns.
Ouchie.
Ouchie. But yeah, so Bruce Almighty he's complaining and he's like, "Wow, God really has it out for me." And so then Morgan Freeman, being God, is like, "Hey, dude, I'm sick of your shit. So here, I'll lend you my powers and you be God." And Bruce is like, "All right." And so he's God, and the way that he receives prayers, is they all flood his head, and it's like he gets a bunch of voices in his head. but he also has them like organized out on like an email. so he's looking at his email and it refreshes. It's just going like lining up and it says how many new messages he has, and it goes up to like 62,000. And he's like, "Oh man, what a bunch of whiners." I love that line though. Just people praying. What a bunch of whiners.
What a bunch of whiners.
It's so funny.
Dude, I remember as a kid, before I went to bed, I always used to pray and be like, "Dear God, please make tomorrow the best day ever." No! Oh, your phone fell.
Face first. I remember someone saying that if you don't
pray to God, you go to hell.
If you don't pray before bed, that's how you get nightmares. And I was like, I think it was more extreme. It was like, if you don't pray before bed, you can the devil can like possess you in the night or something like
God.
that. And I remember being a little kid, and it was like, because we have Mexican family, and some of them are more. Well, they're all mostly religious, but some of them are just kind of say things like that, and I'm like,
really out there.
And I'm like, point to me the verse in the Bible where it says that. And then I'll be like, all right, you have some validity. But I don't think that's how it works. I don't think the devil has that much power.
There's like something in the Bible that's like, if you don't pray to God that night, the devil will possess you, make you commit heinous crimes. Hitler never prayed. Got away with a lot. A lot of people kind of liked what he had to say because they didn't pray. Didn't Hitler use like Christianity to like validify what he was doing? Was something about like
beats me, dude.
I think he was something about like he wanted to kill the Jews because they killed God or whatever. Or Jesus.
I think some people say that as like a conspiracy thing.
Really?
I know what I'm thinking of. I just realized you woke something up from like the deep in my brain. I was like, wait a minute, that's on the Super Mega podcast.
Oh, really?
When like one of them comes up to Ryan, so he used to hang out with all the homeless people or whatever.
Ryan used to?
Yeah.
Really?
Because like he would go outside to smoke.
Oh, and they were like, okay, gotcha.
I just like, you sent my brain on a full on thing. And that was the guy. He's like, you know why Hitler did what he did, right? He's like, because they killed Christ.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't think that's a real Hitler thing. I think that's like a thing that crazy people say.
Something that a homeless dude said to a YouTuber podcaster said went into my brain as fact.
I think so.
Damn, dude, we suck. I suck.
No, you've told. Okay. As a kid, you've totally done that, though, right? When, like, you believe something for a really long time because, like, say you were a kid and you were dumb and you were naive and you took something as fact, and then, like, 10 years later, it's a thought you've never revisited, and then it pops up, and you say the truth that you thought, and you realize, I just realized I believed that. And saying it out loud, I realized that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was this plant that my dad had in his front yard at Buena Park, and I remember he was like, "Hey, don't touch that plant, otherwise you will go blind."
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I remember believing that, and then like maybe in like the past 2 years, I thought about that. I was like, he's so full of shit. There's no plant that grows here that if I touch, I'll go blind. It wasn't like if you stick it in your eye, you'll go blind. You touch it. If you touch it, that's it. Your sight's gone.
Even if it was, he wouldn't have it planted in his fucking
why
yard.
would you have that in your front yard? It didn't even look good. It looked like bamboo, kind of.
Bamboo. Yeah, there's a lot of dumb shit that we believe as a kid.
I can't think of any, but other than that one. But I know I've had that like plenty of times where I'm like, no, that couldn't have been right.
That's not real.
Like, I have this memory as a kid in like my first house. Okay. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to say this memory, and then I'm going to ask you something real quick. Okay. Don't let me forget to ask. Yeah. So I remember in this like first house that I like lived in that I remember walking outside and seeing a ladybug the size of like a fucking like half of a baseball. So like a baseball like cut in half, and that's like its wings. It's just like that real? Big. Dude, this is I see this in my mind, and like I know this image of walking out, and it's like a little side alley of my house, kind of like the one that my dad had in Buena Park.
Yeah,
like that side area. You're like, I'm not gonna go there because that's where all the black widows hang out.
Yeah,
because they're like, oh, these walls are close together. I'm just gonna make a fuck ton of webs. But yeah, and I remember walking out there, seeing a ladybug that was half the size of a baseball, and then it jumped up and went and like flew and like landed a little bit, and I got scared and I was like, I'm gonna run away. That can't be what happened. But that's like the memory, and I've seen it.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw in my head, and I wish I could go back and be like, what the fuck did I see? What the hell was that? But the question I wanted to ask you is what's your literal first memory, like when you turned on and became actually sentient?
The first memory I have, I was pretty young. I think I was like around a year old.
Really?
I think.
It's crazy.
Because I remember being in some sort of crib contraption and looking up and seeing my parents over me, and then I could describe the walls around me. They had like painted animals like lions and giraffes on them, and I remember thinking that for a long time and being like, I wonder if this is just some shit my brain made up.
Just chemical spoilage.
And so I asked my dad what my room looks like when I was a kid, because I was only in that room until I was 2, because then my parents got divorced and I moved out of the house. I moved out forever. I got my own place, pay my own rent. But what?
I'm just chewing ice so I move away from the mic very drastically.
But I asked my dad what my room looked like, and he described to me what I saw. And so I was like, oh shit, that's a real ass memory.
That's crazy.
I know. And it's like I have that memory, and then there's like maybe 3 years of just nothing. Probably 4 actually. There's nothing, like zip. And then like my next memory is like
you just got like
else.
A really good night of sleep that night, so your brain was like, and you were
it was like that one. That's the one we're gonna fucking keep.
It was so energized that you actually reached like sentience for a little bit, and then it went away.
But yeah, it's so stupid. That we just like have no memories until we're like 5.
It's I think I turned on. I must have been like 3. That's such a weird way of putting it, but it's like it makes sense. Like you one day you walk,
put the switch. It's like, all right, you're live.
And
you're live.
I remember like being confused, but like also knowing what was going on. Because I woke up and I was laying and I had like a little bed that was like on the floor. I must have been like 3.
You're a dog.
Yeah, I must have been like 3, and I was looking, and it was a blue wall. It was darker than like the blue walls that are in here.
Sorry,
it's all right.
Yeah.
We have blue walls in this recording room, and I remember it being like darker than that, and being like, oh. And I got up and I walked out into the house, and no one was there except for my aunt who was babysitting me, because both my parents were working. And I was like, I know this woman's not my mom. That's it. And then I think it was in my head, I pictured it as the same day as when I walked out and I saw that crazy giant ladybug. And then I was like, hey, I talked to my aunt, and I was like, I saw a monster in the backyard, but it was like literally something I imagined. Like I pictured it, and it was like this Where the Wild Things Are looking thing. And she was like, and she pulls up a newspaper and she's like, does he look like that? And it was just like some dude wearing glasses. And now I realize
it's George Bush. A monster. He looked like this.
No, he looked like some knockoff like Terminator looking guy. But I realize now, I was like, oh, she thinks like I saw someone in the backyard and was like, are we being robbed right now? But that is very much not the case. I was like, no, I pictured something in my head, but I don't have the proper vocabulary to explain that.
I manifested something.
And I don't understand what that means yet. And I was like, if I could draw, then I would draw him.
That's what someday.
I will. Someday I'll have the vocabulary to explain to you, but what comes out is, I saw a monster.
I saw a monster. Monster back there.
But yeah, that was when I became awake. When I arose and I went, that would scare the shit out of me. If I was walking by my kids' room and I just heard them go, I'm alive. I hear them go, day 1.
Dawn of the first day.
So it begins. I know they're out there. I know not their faces, but I will recognize them whence I see them.
Your kid just develops a Scottish accent, or I guess British.
Whence I see them. I know I seen them. If you had an accent different, or if you just, I guess, had an accent, since we're both American, we just talk like, hey, hey man,
yeah, hey brother, why don't you give me that truck?
What accent would you have?
Oh, like which accent would I want to have?
Yeah, what accent would you choose?
I would choose, ooh, yeah.
anything other than like an American. So like not like a mid.
Like
actually,
a,
no, you can be whatever you want.
Like I can't be Southern.
You can be Southern if you want.
I think I'd want to be like just like really Southern, like Southern man that lives in like the Appalachian Mountains for like all of his life. They're like in the South.
Appalachia.
In Appalachia. They're like the South. That's where the term hillbilly comes from.
Really?
People that live in the Appalachian Mountains. Yeah, they're
that's kind of what our last name means.
Carbajal?
Yeah, it means dweller of the hills.
You sure about that?
Yes. I did a report on it.
You did?
Yeah.
I feel like when I looked it up, it said it meant something
Sorry.
Something to do with oak trees.
Well, mine said dweller of the hills.
Well, mine, I'm just kidding.
And I got an A. Because I was like, yo, Mattias means gift from God because it's just an off-brand of Matthew. I think it's Matthew, Mattias, and Matteo, I think, all mean like the same thing because they just come from Matthew.
Yeah.
And then Armand, my middle name, means warrior.
It means Wario.
It means Wario. No, what?
I am gonna win.
He goes, what? Just means warrior. And then Carbajal means dweller of the hills.
So you're a gift from God, warrior, dweller of the hills.
Yeah. So I'm like a paladin walking around the hills of Switzerland. They're like, there he is. That's Mattias up there.
The holy warrior.
That's what I would. Wait. So what was the? Oh, you chose like Southern. Yeah, I would fucking love to have like a nice Irish accent.
Really?
Yeah.
You would definitely. That'd definitely be like your thing. Like,
dude,
Mattias is the guy with the Irish accent.
Yeah, he's that like bigger like Mexican dude with the Irish accent.
So where you from? From here.
Born and raised here.
Your parents here?
Guatemala.
From Guatemala? Dude, I love our Chilean accent too.
That's so funny. Oh yeah.
From Guatemala, mate.
I was so mine. I'm from Guatemala. No, they wouldn't say they wouldn't say Guatemala. They'd say like Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Yeah. That sounds better.
I just want an accent that just not fit me at all.
Yeah.
It's like Southern is like this Mexican boy. There's a deep Southern accent.
Like what kind? Give me an impression of how you'd like to sound.
Like a Southern gentleman. I don't even know if I can do a Southern accent.
Try it. The worst case scenario is you sound like an idiot and everyone decides to kill you and cancel you. I don't know.
Fuck.
Just try and then morph your way into it. Say,
woo, boy. Look at that there gator, son.
I thought you meant gentleman.
That's gentleman.
Like a nice Southern kind of drawl. I was picturing one of these. I
do declare there's been a murder.
like a Daniel Craig in Knives Out kind of thing.
Yeah, it would either have to be Southern gentleman or just straight up hillbilly.
I tell you what, boy, they should been outside and I've been looking at pigeons. They call them pigeons, and I said, that's a buzzard over there, godson, going in. They come back and you kids see we get some baked beans going.
I love that. It's so funny.
I'd be like, dude, I didn't understand a word you said. I think you said buzzard at some point talking about Bush's baked beans. You're gonna have to try again, just slower.
Or I would love to have like somebody's accent, like how like you know like certain presidents have like their own brand of like how they talk. I just talk just like a specific president.
You know, I can't repeat what he said. You know, have you seen that Nixon? It's like those spilled like audio tapes.
No.
Like what Nixon? He says that talks about why Rome like fell essentially because they allowed people to be gay.
He said that?
Yeah.
My God.
He says, and I quote, these are his words, not mine. He's like, you know, the Romans were fags.
Oh my
I was like, God, that's a president.
Jesus Christ.
In his fucking voice too. You know, that's why Rome fell. You know, the Romans were fags. It's like, Jesus. His voice is so funny though. Richard Nixon just
Nixon always wins. Dude, that's insane that a president said that. Yeah. I mean, like, I guess it isn't that insane that a president said that in like the 70s when he was president.
Yeah. It's just funny.
Yeah. That's insane, dude. Imagine a president saying that now.
Yeah, just being like,
they'd be ostracized. They'd be exiled. They'd be
like, dude,
to Sicily, like Napoleon.
So that's why Rome fell. That's why. Because they liked men. Are you crazy? Sure. What if he's right, Jayden? Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's exactly why Rome fell, dude.
Yeah. And then Lyndon B. Johnson, he has that. I think. Yeah, he has that whole thing where he's like, you put enough space, put about an extra inch, and then he burps in the front, about to from the waist to my bunghole. You know what he's talking about?
What?
He's a fucking pig, dude. He's talking about like he's getting pants tailored, and he's telling them to give extra space because he has a big giant fat cock, and he says he says bunghole, and he burps too. He's just like that was
an real burp. That was synthetic.
Yeah, it's the most like. It's just like, how to look like a pig in like 4 seconds. It's really funny though. I love it. I wish there was more of that. More of that. Like if Trump was like, I took a shit this morning. It smelled so bad. I'm glad to be here and not back on my toilet having to re-smell my shit again.
Michelle, where's my dildo?
He comes out of his room wearing like a. What's that called? Like that S&M like leather straps.
Oh yeah. Like
hey Michelle, are we gonna? And he's like all depressed, like waiting for him. He's like, oh that's right, we have a meeting. Let me go get dressed. Delete that footage.
like walks into like the fucking like room that can have the meeting. It's like 7 world leaders there.
He goes, I'm not wearing a shirt anyway. I'm not wearing underwear too. You see what you see. See my big old C. That's America's cock.
I was gonna say that too. God bless America. I'm gonna get changed now.
I'm gonna go put on a suit.
I'm very embarrassed.
That would be one of my least favorite things about being a president. Is like,
wear a suit.
I was like, I can't. Can I just wear like a fucking just long sleeve and like some jeans today?
No, dude. No, you gotta wear a suit.
You gotta wear a suit. Like,
you represent a fucking country
at all times.
Not at all times.
It looks like when do you ever see Trump not wearing exactly
golfing?
what he's wearing?
When he's golfing.
That dude can't golf.
But he's a picture of him golfing and playing tennis. So that picture of him playing tennis looks extremely unflattering.
Oh, dude, I'm trying to picture because like I can see his like body like over his suit. I'm just picturing his just like tiny like little leg, just big old man like belly,
and he's a fat ass.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. It's got a fucking wagon, dude. Like way too.
Yeah, I remember freaking someone from our work posted like a deep fried meme, which is like when Joe Biden won, and it was like him being like, I hate to watch him go, but I love to watch him leave, and it's him, and it's like cheaply photoshopped to make his ass like super duper round. He's got this big dump truck of a butt. It's so funny.
Dang, dude, I can't believe Biden's been president for like 50 something days now.
Oh, so far like just hearing like significantly less about politics has been so nice.
Yeah, same. The only thing I've heard about him is when he did the no-no.
And everyone was like, don't fucking do that. And I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know if he responded, but
I don't know if he did.
I hope he was like, all right, sorry.
Okay, no.
All right, I'm sorry. You gonna make an old man cry? You want to see me cry? Yeah, there's still like a couple people who are posting things being like, Biden's doing things wrong, and I'm just like, dude, I don't care anymore. After like
4 years of
hearing, I just don't care anymore.
Like, good on you for chastising the president, for sure. But also, like, I'm too exhausted.
Yeah,
I'm too politically exhausted.
I'm like,
to care.
Yeah, and there's people like getting at him for like small things, and I'm like, dude, you sat by like for 4 years when Trump did like all the like, yeah, he did some good stuff too, but he also did a lot of not so good stuff, and you're the same people. That's just what's annoying.
Yeah,
I didn't finish that thought, but you get what I mean.
I do.
Yeah,
I do get it, Mattias.
And I'm just like, that's seeing the overall, just like, well, this is a lot less interesting. It's just a regular old guy in president. And I'm just like, cool. As long as I hear less about it, that's fine.
Yeah.
It feels so nice.
Yeah.
To not see that on every other fucking post.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yep.
Yeah. And another relief was that the gym's open today.
Oh yeah.
Next to me
today in Orange County.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gavin. Gavin, for listening to this podcast, thank you.
Well, I want to say thank you, but also like you could have opened the wall.
Dude,
but whatever.
It's pretty insane how much people hate Gavin Newsom right now, like on both sides.
There was
everyone's like, yeah, fuck Gavin.
Because there was some lady outside of this is why I'm like I consider myself like perfectly just like in the middle, because there was some lady in front of Target who was doing something to, what's the word? Not
ostracize.
No, repeal.
Repeal.
What's the word? To blank.
Reclaim. Reclaim.
To stab a flag into Gavin Newsom.
Refurbish. To take something old and make it new. Make new again.
We're gonna make Gavin Newsom younger with a death ray, with an anti-death ray.
It's a gun.
Yeah, but there was someone in front of a Target who was like, "Yeah, you just said it. Recall Gavin Newsom." And I was like, "I mean, he's already pretty close." And I'm not, I think some things should have been opened a long time ago, because that's not where COVID was spreading. Like at gyms, it's not where COVID was spreading. But then at the same time, she was sitting there and like, and just not wearing a mask. And I'm like, you know what? you could have had some of my support, but you were just
but you just
that too far to that side.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like you're in front of Target. Like that's where like a lot of people are going in and out of there. It's like just wear a mask, and we would have been on the same team maybe.
Possibly.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna go talk to you because like I don't want to potentially get my band sick. And then we're like, well, we can't meet up.
Yeah. Yeah, because Gavin was like, shut shit down. I was like, okay, it's safe. He was like, I'm not going to give anybody any financial support. Like, dope.
Okay. Oh, all right then. Thanks, dude.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Hey, no jobs, no money too. Still got to pay rent. Dude, that was the most BS when COVID started, and then and it was like a lot of jobs shut down, and it was like, well, can we
freeze rent?
Can we like freeze rent? And they're like, the landlord's gotta pay. And I was like, so what the fuck? So do I.
Yeah.
So does everyone. What do you mean?
We gotta freeze the rent for the landlords.
Yeah, just freeze.
Just all the way up the chain. I don't
like there's a pandemic. You understand? It's like, yeah, but like money.
Yeah, that's why we suck so bad.
Yeah.
America sucks so much cock.
Yeah. I think we learned a lot in that. I like this little lighthouse right there.
I do too. Yeah, I think I learned that I just really am not a fan of my country, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I like a lot of things about it.
I do too. But there's just so much shit. I was like, man, we suck.
Yeah.
So many people in this country suck.
I have a friend who lives in Canada, and he was like, oh yeah, dude, I've been getting like $2,000 every week. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, for the past however long. I think every week or every 2 weeks. It might have been every week though. I want to say that was it. He's like, yeah, we were getting $2,000 like every week, like for our stimulus check. And I was like, we got $2,000. He's like, well, like how often? I was like, no.
Twice.
No. I was like, yeah, we got $2,000. Like how often? No, we got $2,000. He's like, that's ridiculous. So dumb. Balls. And I was like, yeah, we're the richest country in the world, but we can't give the money back to our own
fuck our people.
Yeah. And that's yeah. And then that's when the right made some good points, and they were like, all right, in this stimulus check though, why are we giving so much money to other people when our own people are kind of dying? And I was like, yep, fair enough.
Wait, what do you mean other people when our own people are dying?
I think they were giving like, there was a ton of money that was going to other countries suffering of COVID. And I was like, that's cool. But like, why are we only getting $1,200?
Yeah.
When we have so much money to give to 9,000 other countries.
That's not gonna do shit. That's good enough for half of most people's rent.
Yeah.
Is that
for real?
Like, that's stupid.
Yeah. That was it. This was a disappointing year, but I'm feeling good because gyms are open.
Gyms are open. People getting vaccinated,
making some music. Yeah. Oh yeah, the vaccine's coming out, and that's the only other political thing I'm seeing right now is anti-vaxxers.
Really? I haven't heard a whole lot of anything from anti-vaxxers, which is lovely for me. But
they're a different kind than like
the ones that are like, yeah, vaccines give your kids autism.
Yeah.
And you know what's worse than the measles? Autism.
because that one has like no validity.
Yeah.
But then the one going on right now has like a little bit.
What is the argument?
Well, there's some people that are giving like odd side effects. Like people are feeling really I don't know. It's so broad, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you guys just don't want it to be real at this point. Just to be like, oh, they're making a vaccine. I don't know. But like, there was one that I saw, and it's this thing. You know, Moderna.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a weird. People are having a weird reaction called Moderna arm, where it's like where they get shot, it's like around it becomes like really like big and like red.
My gosh.
But it goes away and it doesn't do it. Like it like so far it hasn't shown anything harmful. But the title of the article that I saw for it was like very fear mongering. Yeah. And then someone that I follow like reblogged that. And there's someone who's been sharing a lot of like anti-COVID vaccine stuff. And I read it and I was like, this is the most harmless thing I've ever seen. It literally makes your arm red. And even the people in the video were like, it was kind of itchy and a little concerning. And the doctor's like, yeah, we looked at it and it's not really, it goes away. That's about it. I'm like, yeah, it sounds better than getting COVID.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, in some cases, because
fuck that. I don't want to get fucking dead arm. I'd rather have COVID and be in ICU for forever. Forever.
I'd rather potentially have long-lasting lung damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maynard James Keenan, the lead singer of
is an anti-vaxxer.
No, he had COVID in like February, so it was like right when it was like starting. I think he was in Australia or something like that. And I think he still, like, to right now, has some, like, lingering effects.
Jesus,
like,
dude.
He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I forget how long ago it was. I think it was in August. And he was like, yeah, like, every other day I'll just have, like, a coughing fit, and apparently I still have some lung damage from it. I'm like, geez.
That's insane.
And I was like, yeah, I'll take an itchy arm.
I'll take a vaccine.
But also, like, some of the vaccines have, like, nothing.
Yeah.
And there's, like... nothing that actually correlates to the whole infertility thing. There's a lot of that going around. People saying like, it's gonna give you infertility, and people are like, where are you getting this from?
Good, fuck kids.
Is that good? We have too many people.
Yeah, I was gonna adopt anyways.
But no one's gonna make the kids. You'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Someone's gonna make kids.
I'm like, listen, dude, whatever.
You asshole's gonna make kids. A lot, probably. Because stupid people have kids all the fucking time.
That's very true. Yeah, whatever, I don't know. But people are like so scared of the vaccine, but it's like we put so much money and scientific like heads forward just to make it because we wanted to get out of this. And now people are like, no, I don't want to take it. And I'm like, please, I just want this to end. Just put the fucking juice in your arm.
What do they want?
I don't know. What
do they want?
That's the other thing. It's like, no, we gotta wait longer. I was like, dude, I don't want to be in COVID anymore. I just don't. I'm gonna take the vaccine.
Restaurant, everything should be open. We gotta wait longer. COVID's not real, but also the vaccine sucks. So all COVID's real, but it's like
I know, and it's the most frustrating shit. Is the people who are like, they're like the same people who are like, well, COVID only has a 1% chance of actually killing you, and then seeing that this vaccine has like a 0.00018% chance of doing something slightly harmful to you. They're like, no, I'm not taking that. And I was like, what? So you just don't want it?
Yeah.
So what's your plan? Explain yourself to me. I just wanted to end, Jayden.
Also, people don't understand how big of a number 1% is.
Yeah, that's a lot.
1% of the population's like fucking like 50 million people.
Yeah, and it's 1% of the population, but it's like when you're in that age range, it's like your percentage goes up like strikingly. We lost a family member to it.
Do we?
Yeah, you don't know him very well, but I was like, you know, a lot of our family's like real bummed about it, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I've literally never met him before, but I know him. I don't know what he would. I think he would be he would be an uncle to us technically. Yeah. And you know, his kids were bummed about it, and I'm like yeah. That shit's because when you're older, like your chance of dying from COVID is like just way higher.
Yeah, dude, it's so insanely insensitive to be like, no, COVID's not real. When there's people that are fucking dying every day. like go like I want you to go to the family of someone that died from COVID and be like, hey, that disease that killed your loved one, not real.
Not real. And it's like,
like if someone did that to me, I would kill a man.
And I'd be like, well, if COVID didn't kill them, then I didn't kill you.
Yeah.
Get it? Because I'm gonna kill you.
Bazooka.
Oh.
RPG.
I thought that was the sound of you punching them really hard.
No, it's an RPG. There's one of those heat-seeking missiles that like comes out of the launcher and dips like a foot and then goes. I'm talking about it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's a good image.
Yeah.
What time are we at right now?
We're at 55 minutes and 40 seconds. Chocolate lava cake.
Why'd you say chocolate lava cake?
It's a TikTok. I was like, please, I want to meet pizza, I want to meet Domino's, the chocolate lava cake. It's a really stupid fucking thing.
I felt my brain cells like fall out of my mouth and onto my dry little penis right there when you said that.
I do that every time I think about it, so I think I feel.
Why'd you share that with me?
Because I wanted you to feel my pain.
I wanted you to hurt just like me.
Do you want to wrap it for now and then we'll get back into the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, fellas.
Have a good week. We'll see you next week on the podcast.
We'll see you next week. The music's fading in and we're getting so quiet.
Stay safe, everybody.
Stay safe. Get the vaccine. Get the V chip.
Where's